I do think they're going to get attached to these characters in a way they've never been attached to any of our recurring robot characters. Like our robot chicken nerd is sort of like the most fleshed out, and even he is just the most stereotypical nerd. You know, the protruding front teeth and the giant glasses and the tape on the glasses, that kind of nerd. There's nothing to love about the humping robot character or the mad scientist character, because they're just meant to be placeholders, really, that are stereotypes. And I think viewers of SuperMansion are actually going to, I think these characters are going to be, you know, they're going to want to latch onto them in a more permanent way. You know, the reason there's not a lot of Robot Chicken merchandise is because, you know, if you hold the mad scientist action figure in your hand, you don't know what's going on in his head. He's sort of cool looking, but he's one note.
Right.
And these characters are, you know, let's just say we're looking forward to the merchandising.
Is there going to be merchandising coming up soon?
I've got to imagine there will be. I've got nothing to announce. They haven't told me anything. But I can't imagine that there's not going to be opportunities for it if the show catches on. Well, there's this lesson that we sort of have to learn over and over in making Robot Chicken, where we sit in the writer's room and we're really sweating because we think as soon as we're done with the script, that's as good as the show is going to be. And if the scripts aren't good, we're all in trouble. And then, so we do our best on the script, and then it goes to the puppets and the sets and the storyboards and the animatic and the animators. And every step along the way, it gets better. And so with SuperMansion, it was like, okay, this is, you know, the scripts are making us laugh, it's pretty good. And then every step of the way, the artists who work for the studio have made it better and better and better. And when we watch the pilot now, there are shots that are so sort of great. Like if you're not a stop motion fan, maybe they wouldn't stand out as much. But there are these, you know, shots with the camera moving that are really kinetic, and you know, there's just sort of these beautiful action shots that we would never take the time to do on Robot Chicken. And so it's just like every time I've got to see the where we are in the process, it's a better show than I expected. So that's well, one of the things that I wanted to do was Zeb early on had the idea for the Omega Pet. That episode's been on already, right? Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm not sure. I've only seen the pilot. And I know there's 2 out beyond the pilot.
I thought they were going to drop 3 episodes at once.
They did drop 3.
Okay, so I think Omega Pets is on Crackle right now.
Okay.
But there's a squirrel character who ends up being a very villainous squirrel character. And he's sort of cute, but at the same time, he's very malevolent. And so they throw him down in the basement where they lock up all of the superpowered villains. And I thought it would be funny if every time we saw him, he's outraged that they're breaking the Geneva Convention. They won't provide them lawyers. It's sort of Guantanamo Bay down in the basement. And I thought it was sort of funny for him to actually have a very strong legal point that the heroes completely ignore. And so every time we go down into that basement, I love hearing what the villains have been doing to pass the time. I love that the squirrel is really outraged that he can't get on the phone with his attorney. And that's sort of the, you know, in a comic book you wouldn't think twice about where those villains are locked up. Like Superman's always throwing them into the Phantom Zone without a trial, that kind of thing. And so that's sort of what I love about the show getting to think about the reality behind those big comic book situations.
Right.